Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So wait for a few of you guys to jump up in here. Seen something interesting yesterday on a college game day, college football pre-show. They had Tyson Fury on there, and for what I'm hearing, there will be no big pressers for this rematch. They're going to do a lot of have the Fury and Wilder on a lot of ESPN platforms and college football stuff. And like I said this in my live the other day, man. Some of you that's not privy to the college football scene over here, college football is hero over here. It's huge over here. You know what I mean? So I know to the outsiders, it may look like those are just collegiate athletes playing football, American football, but it's much bigger than that. You know what I mean? This thing is seen by millions and millions of people. There's billions of dollars at stake with these ball games. So I know from the outside, it just looks like a little football game, but trust me, there's millions of people watching this. All right. Dude, Bigelow was good. Mark Blake, what it do? Lace 'em Up Boxing was good. Aladdin Saddam, what it do? Um, but on that college game day, Tyson Fury is on there, and he was talking about how where they asked him why did he change trainers, and he was saying that things got stale. He was doing the same thing day in day out. Things got stale. He needed something new. All right. And he said he got the old band back together. Said he trained with Sugar Hill and those guys back in 2010. So let me see what else just joined up in here. GB Boxing says Ben was more of a fitness coach. They probably had an agreement. Davison got Fury in shape. Tyson has given Ben a massive profile. Win-win for both. I guess that's the way of looking at it, but I'm just more concerned just with Tyson Fury's point of view. Um, I think that thing just kind of ran its course. You know what I mean? A lot of fans think that Ben was probably in awe of training Tyson Fury. He is younger than Fury. That possibly could be it, but I think Tyson Fury knows that he needs something different. I think he knows that, man. And Ben Davison probably did a great job of motivating him to lose weight, to get encouraged. I do believe that Ben was giving him had the chemistry and giving him some ministry. You know what I mean? As he was going through his dark days of depression and gaining a whole bunch of weight. So I think just his relationship with Ben, as far as being a trainer fighter, kind of probably just ran its course. You know what I mean? I think he knows he needs something different. Another funny thing that I thought about the interview. All right, we fell off, but we're back. But Tyson Fury was saying that he said that Deontay Wilder thinks he gave me a concussion. Then he said he probably did, but I don't remember. Well, if you don't remember, that probably means you had a concussion, buddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I just can't wait for this rematch, man, because there's so many, questions that still need to be answered. A lot of people think that Tyson Fury easily won the fight. He schooled him. And my thing is, it's hard to school somebody on your back, man. You know what I mean? And admitting that you don't remember a part of the fight. Now, he did get up. He did put up a valiant effort at the end. He was throwing, even got Wilder's attention with some good shots. He finished strong, especially for a guy that was literally unconscious and got up and finished the fight strong, man. But my thing with him training with Sugar Hill and those guys is I think they're going to make, or at least train him and give him the encouragement and giving him the game plan to be much more aggressive in his fight. And I'm trying to figure out would that be a good thing or bad thing for him? Because during the fight, that first fight, man, when Fury would sit down and actually landed the punches, when he was landing punches, when he was throwing, two, threes, and fours down the middle, he was doing a good job on Wilder. Wilder went high guard, let Fury get off, and then he'll start the throw after that. So my thing is, will Fury try to maul a little bit more, lean his weight on Wilder, tie him up, walk him back, make it kind of a muddy fight. You know what I mean? Not so much of, okay, we both got long ass reaches. Let's just kind of stand on the outside because that's when he's going to get caught, man. But him trying to be more aggressive could be a downfall as well. Because you being more aggressive means you're opening up opportunities for the opposition to land on you as well. Tyson Fury has good head movement, but he's not just unhittable. You know what I mean? And then his cut, will that be a problem? Will that cut get opened up? Because that was a nasty fucking cut, man. And if there's anybody that can open up your cut, it's going to be Deontay Wilder. Whether it's a right hand, whether he's using the jab, if he's using the jab in a snapping manner. I'm not talking about when he paused with it and tries to find openings for the right hand, but we definitely going to see. Let me see what y'all talking about, man. Jupiter B was good, bro. The expert genius up in here was good. The architect one, not Raji was good, bro. He says Fury is on borrowed time, Wilder and 9. Uh, GB Boxing says Fury's not British no more. He's American. How will Sugar Hill Stewart do with Tyson, and what will they work on, in your opinion? Well, if you pay attention and watch like the Crunk fighters throughout the years, from Emmanuel Stewart down to his nephew, even James Ali Bashir, anybody that's out of that Crunk system, they want you to work, especially if you're a big guy or big for your weight class. They want you to work behind the jab, land that right hand. If you're orthodox fighter, if you're southpaw, then the opposite. But they want you to use that jab, land that right hand, tie up on the inside, walk the guy back, and Crunk fighters are good using check left hooks. All right. Um, and they want you to be aggressive, and they want you to look for the knockout, not look for the knockout in the mind frame of the way Mike Tyson used to look for knockouts or the way Joe Frazier would look for knockouts, but look for knockouts from a boxer puncher angle, which is fight tall, use that jab, try to find a hand from that, try to find a home for that right hand. Again, though, this all sounds good. And Tyson Fury's a big guy, man. I know a lot of people don't look at his knockout power as being devastating, but the dude is still 260 pounds, man. When you get hit in the mouth by a 260-pound heavyweight, top elite heavyweight, it's going to hurt. All right. Now, I'm thinking they're trying to have Tyson Fury sit down on his punches more, because a lot of his punches he was throwing in the last fight, he was literally throwing them off the back foot. Nothing wrong with fighting off the back foot, but sometimes, even if you're a back foot fighter, Ali was great at this, you can still sit down and turn your hips on your punches, and you can, move back after that. You dig what I'm saying? So I think they're going to try to make Tyson Fury sit down on punches more and make him be just a tad bit more aggressive to try to put Wilder on the defensive. You know what I mean? Renique 313, what up, bro? Darren says, I think Wilder will KO Fury, but you can't sleep on Fury. He can pull the upset. Yeah, I'm definitely not counting out Tyson Fury, man. I got Wilder by knockout, but I'm definitely not overlooking Tyson Fury. Jupiter B says, watching the fight with no commentary, first commentary is night and day. Yes, it is. Because if you watch with commentary, you would think Tyson Fury was in there with a novice, the way that they were explaining the fight. You dig what I'm saying? But then that's why I went back and scored the fight. I had it 7 rounds to 5 Fury, but I had it a draw based on the 2 knockdowns. But all this 10 rounds to 2 and 11 rounds to 1, and I mean, come on, man, that's far fetched in my opinion. Um, let me see here. So yeah, GB boxing. That's what I think they're going to try to work on, man. Is mauling Wilder, going to his body, um, doubling up on the jab, check left hooks, find a home for the right hand, sit down on punches, be more physical with Wilder, man. You know what I mean? Try to drain his energy, because one thing that Wilder he has great stamina. Something that I think gets overlooked by just his power, which is key, which is paramount. But at the same time, no, his stamina is excellent, man. Excellent. Now, he was getting tired down the stretch of the 12th round when Fury got up, because he put a lot into that knockout. He put a lot into the celebration as well, right? He was blowing his fiance kisses. He was shaking his shoulders, doing the Harlem Shake. He was doing all this stuff. He put a lot of energy into that celebration, only to see Tyson Fury get back up. You know what I mean? So, but his stamina was great, man. So my thing is try to drain Wilder's stamina. You know what I mean? Um, Push him back, tie him up, make him do other things besides just trying to punch you in the face. Get him into the continuity of trying to break out of a clinch. Make him use his energy and stamina in different ways. My man Body Snatchers up in here was good, Vince. Joseph Brown, salute, bro. Wool bag up in this thing. He says Wilder needs to come in at 225. Ronald Finkley up in this thing as well. My man 2 times, Timothy Moten, who got the 2-time chant going at the AJ versus Ruiz presser. He says, I think Fury looking to box a full 12, be in shape to box for a full 12 rounds, be in shape to box the 12 like the first. Yeah, Timothy, and I think he's gonna do that as well. But him being with Crunk trainers, bro, I just think usually the Crunk fighters they look for knockouts. Again, like I said, I don't know if you just joined me, bro, but I'm not saying in the mindset of the way Mike Tyson would look for knockouts, where he comes out blazing out of the first round, but more in the way like Lennox would look for his knockouts, the way Vladimir would look for his knockouts, which is use the jab, control the range, find a home for that right hand in this case because they're orthodox, tie up on the inside, land some occasional body shots. Just that crunk way of fighting and using that check left hook. You dig what I'm saying? But I think um, Fury's going to be who he is. I don't expect Fury to come in there and be the heavyweight version of Tommy Hearns. You dig what I'm saying? Or Gerald McClellan. I don't think that. But I do think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. I think Fury thinks that he can hurt Wilder. I really think he believes that. But he also knows he can be knocked unconscious. His words, not mine. The man said he was knocked, or he said he was unconscious. You know what I mean? My man Joseph Brown says whatever he does, it ain't gonna work. My man Clint up in here. Clint said, "What's good, Mr. Boxing in the chat? What's good, bro?" Ronald Finkley says it's the hurt business. Fury going to sleep. Ronald Finkley says decapitation season. It's inevitable. Thanos is coming. Game over. Jupiter B says Wilder has the B. I'm sure you meant to say best stamina in the division. Yeah, his stamina is underrated, man. People just look at the power, like I said, because it just stands out. But his stamina is crazy, man. For a guy to be able to carry his power, literally, you see what he did against Brazil, and you see what he did against Tyson Fury in that 12. He can literally carry his power from round one all the way to round 12, man, which is pretty impressive because usually high percentage KO guys are usually, not all the time, but usually they're front runners. What do you mean by front runner, Mr. Boxing? A guy that has crazy KO power from rounds 1 through 5, 1 through 4. Then the latter half of the fight, they're dead meat, they're toast. All the power's gone. Now they're tired. Now they feel depleted and they don't have any power no more. Now they're trying to just outwork you, outwill you, battle of attrition. Wilder's a little bit different. He's just a different KO artist, man. Like I said, usually KO artists are the first 5 rounds, they're trying to get you up out of there. But he's the type of KO artist where he's being patient. He's trying to pick his spots, even if you think it's just looking for the right hand. But he does it in a strategic, technical type of way. You dig what I'm saying? With by using his jab, whether he's snapping the jab, whether he's pawing with the jab, trying to knock down your jab hand, your or whatever your lead hand is, then he's looking for it like that, or he's trying to blind you. He's just doing different stuff with his jab. Sometimes he's fencing with it, sometimes he's sticking it in there, sometimes he's just knocking down your hand, sometimes he's just trying to blind you, sometimes he's trying to just control you with his lead hand. It's not even a jab, he's just controlling your body, then boom, he comes with the right hand. He does it in very strategic ways. At least that's what I see. Some people say that's no skill. I see a lot of skill in that. Um, my man Ronald Finkley says, "Who's betting? I need some cake." Distinct Sam says, "Hello, Mr. Boxer. What's good, man?" D Jack 420 says, "I think Fury should stay on the back foot and sit down on his punches sparingly throughout the fight. Planting his feet too much will get him knocked out. I think his reflexes work better when moving." Yeah, his defensive reflexes do work better when moving. Sometimes when he gets in the continuity of moving all the time, he puts nothing on the punches. And in that first Wilder fight, when I broke down the fight and did my round by round breakdown, there's a lot of times in a fight, bro, where he was like throwing 3, 4 punches and it was hitting nothing but air, nothing but air. And it was kind of like the stay off me type punches. Like, no, you stay over there, I'm gonna stay over here. You know what I mean? Let me just do this and play to the crowd, stick my tongue out at the crowd. I may land an occasional jab, put my hands behind my back. See, y'all, I'm schooling them. I'm schooling them. See, I got my hands behind my back. I'm sticking my tongue out. I'm playing to the crowd. I'm schooling them. Not so much. Really wasn't a schooling. That was just you playing to the crowd, being in a safe area to where you were able to do that type of stuff. Um, but sometimes when he moves on his back foot, his punches have nothing on them. And I'm saying nothing on them at the elite heavyweight level. I'm not saying if he were to hit one of you guys or hit me in the jaw, this shit wouldn't hurt. I'm saying at the elite heavyweight level, just not much on those punches, man. So do I think he should get into a groove of always planting his feet? He wants to get knocked out. But I definitely kind of like what you're saying. pretty much on one accord with what you're saying, but he's going to have to sit down on these shots, man, to get Wilder's attention and get his respect. Because just flurries here and there, PD pat flurries here and there, they'll score points, but eventually I think Wilder will start punching with him, and his shot is going to be it's going to be like a damn bomb going off. Let me see. The Rens one says, I am right in thinking that because this is a mandatory that if Wilder wins, there won't necessarily be a rematch. Well, I would think that a guy that has 10 consecutive title defenses, if he were to lose his title, he would automatically have a rematch. You dig what I'm saying? I think the business side and Wilder's handlers, I'm sure, have it in a contract for their man to get an immediate rematch, especially being a long reigning title holder like he is. You know what I mean? This isn't a situation where some guy just won it, kind of like Ruiz, right? Where he won the title, um, then he had to fight AJ, then he lost the title, but then he gets, you're not getting a quick rematch like that. I think this is a situation where a guy had this many defenses, he will probably have a rematch in place. And it's going to just depend on how the outcome of the fight goes. Let's say, this is hypothetical, but let's say Fury was going there and knock Wilder out viciously. You know what I mean? Just a vicious, nasty highlight reel. The shit goes viral. Kind of doing a Wilder to Wilder type thing. He may not take an immediate rematch. I really don't know. Maybe he'll come back, take a tune up, and then go back into it. But all in all, though, man, I think Wilder will have a rematch clause in place if he were to lose. I would think so. Ronald Finkley says Wilder figured out Fury the first time, but it wasn't. He says, but it was late in rounds. Um, Possibly could have figured out, yeah, because that's when the knockdowns occurred, right? And he was found his range. I think it was kind of tough for Wilder just to find his range because all the movement that Fury was doing, and Fury has a reach on him as well. You know what I mean? Wilder's not the only one with long ass arms, man. Fury got some long arms too. Um, but really, bro, if I'm looking at it, man. If I can say who can have a better fight, who can improve, some people may say, well, Fury can improve by not getting knocked down. But I say Wilder can improve from that first fight. I think Fury fought the best he can fight. You think so? I think Fury fought. Shit, he moved. He stuck his tongue out. I mean, he did pretty much what he does when he's on a roll in the ring. Um, I thought he fought the best fight he could the first time, to be honest with you. That's my depiction of what was going on in the first fight. I thought he fought his best fight. Uh, Darren says Fury might try to fight inside against Wilder, use his strength because he's physically stronger than Wilder. Well, he definitely weighs more than Wilder. As far as being more physically strong, see, you got to be careful with that, bro, because Evander Holyfield, right, used to weigh a lot less than a lot of guys he fought. But when they got in there and their bodies was bumping up against each other and they're moving and grabbing and holding and pulling, Holyfield was stronger than a lot of them dudes. The weight and the mass and just looking at guys side to side, yes, those guys were bigger and stronger looking, but once they got in there and they're being physical and pushing, grabbing and holding, Holyfield was just as strong, or if not stronger than them motherfuckers, man. And I think Deontay Wilder is cut from that type of cloth. I've seen guys try to hold and wrap him up and grab him, and I've seen Wilder literally push dudes halfway across the ring. He did it to Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz out in their first fight. And Luis Ortiz outweighed Wilder significantly, and he was able to push him off like it was nothing. Fury times in the fight was trying to hold and grab Wilder up, and Wilder was getting him up off of him. You know what I mean? So my man Vince Body Snatcher Return says his defense works better moving laterally and in retreat. So how does that help him get inside? Um, I don't know if it can help him get inside, man. I mean, moving your head will always help you close the distance. You dig what I'm saying? But I wouldn't necessarily rate Tyson Fury an inside fighter, but I do think he can get some work off when he's on the inside, if that makes any sense. Um, like Steve Cunningham, and usually he'll revert to this tactic once his back foot game is not working. Like the Otto Wallen situation. He started to get physical with Wallen. After a while, that got that cut, he started to get physical with him, start wrapping him up, grabbing him, holding him, mauling him. He started to get physical. The Steve Cunningham fight, when Cunningham clipped him, right? He got back up, he started mauling and grabbing. He didn't do that back foot shit for that much longer. He started grabbing and mauling. There's a few of his fights like that. The fight with who's the dude that Wilder knocked out? Right, who's the dude Wilder knocked out 40 motherfuckers. But what's the dude he knocked out? Oh, it's gonna bother me, man. The dude he knocked out, when he knocked him out, he spent around and started doing that little dance that's all over everywhere. You straight Further, Nikolai Further, right? Further fought Tyson Fury as well. Fury had to go to war with that dude. You dig what I'm saying? So there's a few other fights that Fury had, especially early in his career, where he was a different fighter than his back foot guy. People think Tyson Fury, they think he's been this back foot fighter dude his whole career, and he hasn't. If you watched him early, he was a more aggressive type of dude. So he has that in him. He just has reverted to this back foot thing, since what, 2014, 2015. I can't remember exactly which year, but he's kind of reverted to that. Jay Jerk, what's good, bro? Lewis Hinton up in here. He says, nope, not at all. We have the perfect technique. Tyson Fury, AJ, and Dillian White need to practice together and work on the shoulder roll. Team hate, let's go. Yeah, is they all gonna work together? You know what I mean? Ronald Finkley says, I can't wait. Now, Roger says, what do you think Wilder's keys to victory are? Being patient, not going out there head hunting, looking for knockouts. Because you can tell in that first fight, he was just, especially early, he was just looking for the knockout. Be Wilder, man. Be patient. Huh? Use his jab. Try to go to Fury's body. I think both of these dudes need to work some body shots, man. But work body shot, especially Wilder has a decent left hook to the body when he wants to use it. Aim that jab and that straight right hand to the body. But to me, his biggest key, man, is just being patient, doubling up on the jab. Not because throwing one jab at Fury, he's going to slip that. Fury is good as he has good upper body movement, so he can slip, especially if you're just throwing one shot at a time. He's gonna slip that shit all day. So double up, triple up, sneak that jab down to the body. Take away his upper body movement by focusing on his body. Then once he gets to thinking that, okay, you're on my body, boom, here comes the upstairs right hand. You know what I mean? Try to disguise the right hand. But Wilder can let that right hand go so damn quick, man. If he can disguise it any type of way, Fury's in trouble. Jupiter B says, yeah, Wilder has a lot of different looks. That's why I don't get the one trick pony talk. He fought a completely different fight against Ortiz, one than he did the second fight. Yeah, I think he's more than a one trick pony, man. Usually a one trick pony gonna get figured out by now. You can't go damn near going into your 40, into your 40s as far as fights, and not be figured out or not be, lost a couple times, man. 3, 4 fights at least by now. So, but if people think he's a one trick pony, man, I guess that's better for Deontay Wilder. If trainers and fighters think that, hey, he's really a one trick pony, okay, cool. Get it, just go ahead and get in there with that mindset. You know what I mean? So I think that works against people. It's cool for us, the fans, to think that, but if fighters and trainers that's going to be his opponents or future opponents really think that, then they're going to be in trouble, if you ask me. Kamal All's up in here. What's good, bro? He says, what's good? I wonder if Luis Ortiz can get on the undercard. That'd be great, man. I know usually when guys suffer those type of knockouts, they usually don't have quick turnarounds. Uh, but if he does, that'd be great for Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? And put him in there with a live body as well. We don't need him fighting no obscure journeyman with, double-digit losses that nobody except probably for me and probably a handful of us that follow the division that closely would know of. Put him in there with a live body. You know what I mean? Gerald Washington, Charles Martin, any of the PBC type of guys. You dig what I'm saying? Put him in there with a live body. Um, Let me go ahead real quick and acknowledge the person that showed me some love with that $5 holla. My man Joseph Brown, I appreciate that, bro. He says Fury doesn't have enough time to implement his new tricks. Should have fired Ben Davison immediately after his last fight. Too little, too late. Well, I will say this though, Joseph. at least the guys who he's reconnecting with aren't just brand new trainers. These are people who he has trained with, I think he said 2010. So now he's a different fighter from what he was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? But at the same time, though, at least he's reconnecting with people that he's familiar with. So there is some familiarity there. I will say that. Can they teach him anything new? At this stage, man, I think Tyson Fury is who he is. I just think right now they're trying to just sharpen up some things and probably just it's cool to add some wrinkles. You know what I mean? You could add some wrinkles, but changing him, giving him a whole new look and a whole what they call that, babe, when you uh, what the fuck is that called? Revamp? Yeah. Uh yeah, makeover. I don't think they're gonna get us do a whole new makeover. I don't think we're gonna see this brand new Tyson Fury, man. And if he's trying to just have a makeover this quick for Deontay Wilder, nah, man, he needs to just kind of do what he was doing in that first fight, man. Because I gave him 7 rounds, y'all. So do what you were doing more, but probably sit down on some shots a little bit more and try to just maul and try to be a little bit more physical with Wilder, man. But a whole new makeover, a whole new revamp, nah. Refurbish, that's a good word too, right? I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm not even gonna address him, man. Shouts out to y'all from busting him upside his head, man. Like that type of talk, man, it sounds good when you type it, man, but you don't make any sense, man. I'm not even gonna come down for the heavens and say your name, but that sounds good, but it doesn't make any sense. But I'm gonna let you sit there while you getting bust upside the head. Anyways, Urine Carter was good. He says Wilder gonna stop Fury. My man B&B boxing up in this thing. He says I just need Wilder to shorten up his punches. And you know what, bro? Wilder can throw long right hands or short right hands, and it still does the job. Because that one he landed on Spilka was kind of a shorter right hand. It was short and quick. Now the one against Stavern that knocks Stavern down in the second fight, that first knockdown was a long right hand after a jab. Even the one against, ooh man, I went and watched the Brazil knockout yesterday again. Oh my God, man, this dude need to be arrested, man. Wilder is getting away with damn near attempted murder, man. Look, bro. Yo, man. He hit that motherfucker so hard, man. Look, and I like Dom, man, but look, bro. Wilder threw that motherfucker so hard. If you go watch that again, he lifted, which is something technically you're not supposed to do, but he put so much into that right hand. He lifted up his lead foot, which was his left foot. He lifted up just a little bit off the ground. Bro, he hit that motherfucker with everything. He hit him with everything. Man, he hit that dude with everything, man. Like, God, dog, like Jesus Christ, man. Like this shit is ridiculous. Uh Laurent Vels Jr. says, I appreciate that $2 holla, man. I appreciate that. He says, you think Ruiz might come back, be on the undercard? Well, speaking of Ruiz, man, I've been looking at him on Instagram, man, and he says he's gonna come back stronger and all this type of stuff. The dude can fight, man. Andy Ruiz can fight. I've been talking about Andy forever on my channel. I've always had Andy top 10. And the reason why I didn't have him top 10 when I used to do my top 10s a lot a few years ago, like 2015, 2016, before he even had a fight with AJ. The reason why I wouldn't have him in my top 10, I'll have him like honorable mention, like 11, 12, 13, because he wasn't active enough. The dude can fight. Andy can fight, whether he's fat, whether he's really, really fat or not. As the dude can fight. Quick hands, tough chin, been fighting since he was 6 years old. I don't know what the fuck that was in a rematch. Now, credit Anthony Joshua for implementing a game plan to make everything that Ruiz did in the first fight work against him in the second fight. Moving, using a jab, didn't really want to engage, especially not at close quarters, wrapping up, holding. Um, I would love to see Ruiz on the undercard, but I want to see Ruiz in there against a live body. I don't think he needs a tune up. He don't need any journeyman. At this stage, with his name being tied to Anthony Joshua, with his name being tied to being the first Mexican heavyweight champion, um, with these two big fights this year with AJ, well, he had three fights because he had Dimitrenko, but the two big fights with AJ, he needs to just keep his name up there and get in there with a live body, man. At least a former title challenger, somebody. Please don't go in there against a journeyman. And I want to see where his hunger is, right? I'm not talking about at the dinner table, but I'm talking about hunger as far as somebody that is 20. I don't know his bank account, all right, but I would guess he's anywhere from from the two fights this year. He has to be somewhere between, I don't know, a wild guess, 12 to $20 million richer. So I want to see his hunger where it's at for a guy that's 12 to $20 million, give or take, richer. You dig what I'm saying? It's hard to get out the bed now. Ooh, it's really hard to get out the bed now. So now it's going to come down to how much does Andy really want it. And once again, I am everywhere in the chat. So I'm gonna start at the bottom, work my way up. All right. The architect one says, "Wouldn't mind Ruiz versus Kanaki." Oh man, that's a bloodbath. That's a fucking slugfest waiting to happen, bro. Tony Boswell says, "Who do you think are the next three fights for Wilder if he wins?" I think the next three fights, depending on, because I'm hearing this Tyson Fury. Now I heard what's my man's name, Frank Warren, say that there's going to be another fight. So just okay, put it like this: if Wilder goes out there and just cleans Tyson Fury's clock, I mean, knock his ass, spark out, doesn't get up to where it's like, bro, you shouldn't be taking a third fight with Wilder this soon. I would say Dillian White will be next. I pray it's Dillian White next. Um, then I'm gonna say this more me just having wishful thinking, man. But I want it to be undisputed after Dillian White. I really want undisputed. So if Anthony Joshua still has those straps, I know they're talking about the WBO may be vacated. It may be vacated, and we may see Usyk fight Chisora for it. Which, if I was Joseph Parker, I would be pissed off that Chisora. Because if you look at the last time I looked at the rankings, I think Joseph Parker is the next highest rated available guy that will make sense to fight Usyk. Because I believe Fury may be rated higher. I forgot, but I think the last time I looked at the rankings, though, Joseph Parker is the next highest rated available guy. All right. Um, but anyways, yeah. So I like for it to be AJ. Shit, whoever has the WBO strap. If it's not AJ, I like to see them try to fight Wilder to for unification fight. And I'm gonna throw Adam Kownacki in there as well because he's undefeated. He's an up and coming guy. He may still have that undefeated record in tote by then. Easy fight to make, and I think he is climbing up the rankings. I don't have the WBC rankings in front of me, man. Damn, I wish I did. But um, Wilder wouldn't be old, no type of mandatory defense. It'd be more of a voluntary type thing. So Konaki may be an opponent as well. So I'm gonna say White. Pray to God is undisputed, and maybe like a Usyk if he has a strap or something like that. And then I'm gonna say Konak is gonna be in there sooner or later, especially if he's still undefeated. Ramisa Sutton, the third up in here, he says salute to the LDBC, no doubt, bro. Let me see. You sound foolish, Fulio. Okay, but you are at all my videos. If you're talking to me, if you're talking to me, what is it that I said to sound foolish though? Like which exactly which comment sounded foolish? Well, it don't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care. Kamal All says, I don't want Wilder to fight White until he has to. February 2021. Don't reward Eddie Hearns and White's games and bullshit and fight Konaki before D-ball Dillian. Shout out to my man Kamal Laws, man. Gregory Wyatt up in that super chat. I appreciate that $5 holler, brother. He says, who do you think amongst the top three, other than Wilder, will have the courage to face Ortiz next? That's a damn good question, Gregory. I would say the person with the most courage to fight him will be Tyson Fury, based on the fact that Tyson Fury has came over to America. He's getting in the fucking ring with Deontay Wilder twice. Um, Now I thought he should have took the immediate rematch, but he kind of went a long about way of doing it. But credit to him, they're going to be in the ring in a couple months here. But his willingness to come to America to just change his whole career. Now, some people may say he got ran out of the UK. Okay, fair enough. But for him to bring it here and stay over here, and that says a lot, in my opinion. And I think Tyson Fury is just crazy enough. I just think he's crazy enough, bro. I think he had, like I always say, you got to have some crazy in you to be a boxer. But I think that Tyson Fury has a crazy enough mindset to do it. Salute to my man K Black up in this thing. Oh yeah, bro, I ain't gonna pay it no mind, man. Trolls gonna be trolls. Like I always say, bro, things that are troll repellents are these. And I've learned this from being on here doing videos for 10 years on YouTube, bro. One thing to get a troll off your channel: style breakdowns, history of boxing, style breakdowns and history of boxing. They just have no answer for that. They'll just say random stupid shit, fuck you, you suck, your channel ain't shit. They just say rant. They run out of boxing talk is what I'm trying to say. You give a troll style breakdown debate or just history of the sport debate, I trust me, they'll run out of boxing talk. It'll turn into insults. Like right now, I see stuff that has nothing to do with anything I'm talking about. H Khan says, "What it do, chat? The fight." He says, "The fight event last night was energetic. Wearing the route back to Mississippi. I'm assuming you're saying Mississippi. Anyone here was at the fight? Give Tank credit. He really sold the house." That was a good little scrap yesterday, man. And it's crazy, bro, because I came out with a video a couple years ago talking about, and the video's still up, talking about the Atlanta market. At this point, I think for that video, I was saying like Spence, Crawford, Deontay Wilder should tap into that Atlanta market, man. I even know Wilder has like I know he was on some show like Love and Hip Hop or something with his wife, one of them type of shows, and they have like a little condo, I believe, out in Atlanta. And Atlanta's like Black Hollywood, man. You know what I mean? It's like the new place for R&B. Well, it's R&B's been prevalent there, but I'm saying like with like rap and uh just black entertainment, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like Atlanta's the place to be, man. So I think fighters like Gervonta Davis just did should capitalize on that by bringing the fight game there as well. I made a video about this years ago, so the video's still up, bro. So it's good to see fights out there in the ATL, man. There should be a lot more. My man D Style, appreciate that $2 holler, man. Appreciate that super chat. Um, I know I missed a lot of comments up top. Is my man J Dill up in here? Yeah, shout out to my man John Aristotle. J Dill, he says, if you in Tyson's head, what you think in his approach going into the rematch? I touched on that a little bit already, J Dill, but I would think his approach is going to be a little bit more aggressive. Fight like how he fought the first time because he has some success. Be a little bit more aggressive. Sit down on his punches at times. Work the body. Hold, maul, and grab Wilder. And he has to find a way to use his weight advantage on Wilder. You just can't be 40 pounds heavier to somebody, man, and you can't find a way to make it work for you, especially when you're in shape as well. Not like he's just 40 pounds of just fat and girth and um he can actually he's actually in shape and he weighs more than Wilder, about 40 pounds. You got to find a way to make that work for you, man. Again, whether that's sitting down on your punches, get more thud on them, or that's just mauling and grabbing and trying to ragdoll them a little bit, but you got to find a way to make that work for you. You got to. Curtis Anderson up in that super chat. I appreciate that $2 holler, man. He says salute to you too, bro. Jupiter B says the whole Southern and Midwest market is there. I love more fights in the Chi-Town. Yeah. John Aristotle says so. Basically, fight like a true super heavyweight. Exactly. Fight like the way Emmanuel Stewart trained Lennox Lewis to fight. Urian Carter says Wilder too strong for that. Yeah, and I touched on that earlier, Urian Carter, that Wilder's a lot stronger than what his weight indicates. I compared him to Evander Holyfield in that sense, where it's now look, it's easy for me to sit here and say maul and grab Wilder. It's a lot harder though, just like how it was with Holyfield. It used to crack me up when people say Holyfield smaller. I'm like, bro, that motherfucker's strong, man. It's hard to just maul and grab and rough him up. It's a lot easier to say it. You know what I mean? Kamal All's up in that super chat. Appreciate that $2 holla. He says Wilder should troll White by fighting Rivas first. Kamal Alls did not want Dillian White getting anywhere near a title shot with Wilder. I just want it, bro, because I really want to see what Dillian White has. He's talked a lot, man. I want to see what he has. It's time to put up or shut up, man. I want to see what he has. My man Laws D the pimping up in here. Let me go ahead and do that for him. Add him as a mod. He says, what's good, Mr. Boxing? Oh, what's good, bro? Yes, the architect one. Holyfield was tossing Tyson around like a damn rag doll in both fights. And I think that surprised Mike. It made Mike see Mike was always going to have trouble with Holyfield. Why do you say that, Mr. Boxing? The late 80s, Mike would have ran through him. I don't believe that, y'all. And I that's a whole nother video, but I don't believe that. Holyfield shined his brightest when guys thought they're going to go in there and roll him over. That's why, if you guys remember the second Bo fight, what did Bo try to do that first round? Y'all remember? He tried to go in there and do what? Run through Holyfield, right? Got punched in the mouth a few times, got backed up a few times. Bo said, that's not going to work. And start this fight like a big man, use his jab and those type of things. Mike Tyson tried to go in there and do the usual Mike Tyson, Bob Weave. Didn't work. Holyfield wrapped his ass up, walked him backwards, put that jab back in his face. Holyfield's the wrong guy. That's when people give me those hypothetical matchups. You guys give me whenever you try to put Holyfield in there with like Marciano and Joe Frazier and all them type of dudes. I'm picking Holyfield. He was his best like that, man. He was his best fighting like that. Rhino Finkley says, always bang new media, boxing talk, everywhere new media, boxing talk goes, salute. I agree, Curtis Anderson. Tyson could never beat Holyfield. I argue that all the time, bro. And that's a whole different video, but I just don't think he'll ever beat him. George Michael was good, bro. He says, we miss Joseph Parker. Can't be touched, can't be rocked. K Black says Holyfield and Tyson wasn't super big heavyweights. Holyfield had a chin and lots of heart. Yes, they were solid size, like that two teen in the high two teens, Nick in the 220s. Um, yes, Laws D. Holyfield was a dog. He was a dog from day one, bro. He was a dog in his 11th fight when he had to go 15 or 11th or 12th fight in Atlanta, Georgia, when he had to go 15 rounds with Kwawi to win a title. You dig what I'm saying? Where he got depleted of his weight. I read the Holyfield book, man, his autobiography, Becoming Holyfield, about 10 years ago. And he said after that fight at the hospital, he lost like, I think it was like 13, 14 pounds in that fight, man. Had cramps all over his body. That dude was a dog from day one. Lawrence Williams says Holyfield Achilles was boxers like Moore and Larry Donald. Boy, Larry Donald give you, he kind of came from that cloth of like Larry Holmes and them fighting off the back foot using the jab. But yeah, guys that fought in that manner because they were patient and they were calculated, and especially the big boxers too. Now, Michael Moore wasn't so much his Achilles heel in that second Holyfield fight, even though Moore landed some good shots, but Holyfield just dogged him out that second time. But yeah, man, Holyfield Achilles heels was those type of guys, especially the guy that has some pop as well. You needed some pop to get his attention and get his respect. Um, so I agree. His like John, like it's crazy, man. Like powerful, come forward, strong, them type dudes he can handle, but guys that'll make it ugly, box, move, hold, John Ruiz, them type of motherfuckers Holyfield had problems with, man. You know what I mean? That's what they always say. Styles make fights, man. I know it's an overused cliche, but the shit is so true, man. The shit is so true. What's good, Scrapbook Boxing? Y'all go subscribe to my man Scrapbook. He up in here. And go subscribe to Laws D, Punch Out TV, and subscribe to my man D Style Boxing. And check out my man Curtis Anderson every Sunday on OG Boxing Talk on Fanon International's channel. Go subscribe to Lawrence Williams as well. True Legend says, Mr. Box today, I have been trolled by Main Event Boxing Talk. You have? Well, shit, go handle that, bro. What you want me to say? Uh, Let me see. I know I skipped over a lot of comments, y'all, so let me go back. 80 people up in here on this Sunday. I appreciate that. Hey, my man D Style said, hold on, let me see what, before I get to D Style talking about the damn Shabransky Award. He says White is the, D Style says Dillian White is the 2019 Shabransky. He's getting exposed soon. Man, y'all go check out my man D Style Boxing Awards, and you'll know more about Shabransky Award. Um, Hey, you know another thing you did, D Style, that was excellent work, man. I don't know if I ever told you this, bro, but me and my wife, she's sitting here now, she can admit to this. When you did your series on, remember when he did the Mayweather McGregor breakdown? Yo, them motherfuckers was classic, man. I don't know if you still got them up, but them series you did on the Mayweather McGregor leading up to the fight were classic. Those were classic, man, in my opinion, at least. George Michael says against Vitaly, Lennox Lewis showed how rough and strong he is, up tight, up close, elbows and all. Yeah, because sometimes some fighters bring that out of you, man. It's not about always looking pretty and I'm going to use my jab and make it look great for the crowd. Sometimes you got to get down and dirty up in there, man. You got to. Architect One says got met with resistance. Yeah, you talking about the Evander. Food's here. All right, y'all. Brother like me got to get some food, man. You know what I mean? Ronaldo says Wilder's built like Michael Jordan. Yeah, I said it before in one of my lives that he's built like Scottie Pippen, so another former Bull. Um, H. Khan said, Mr. Boxing, y'all going to Vegas? I'll be there as well. My brother and a couple of frats and friends. Man, we were talking about that yesterday, man. We're going to try to make it out for this one. I don't know, man. But if we do, it's going to be a quickie. It's going to be like a show up, the day of the fight, leave Sunday morning type shit, man. Vegas is expensive, man. Hey, y'all, I'm not rich, man. You dig what I'm saying? And we've been spending a pretty fucking penny on these Wilder fights when we went to the Wilder Ortiz and the Wilder Fury fight. You know what I mean? I'm not rich by any means, man. So them shits is expensive. And we went to both fights. We spent like what, 6 days? Me and her, we spent like 6 days out at these fights, bro, just for the experience and some vacation. Um, but hey, y'all, I'm going ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all showing up. Shouts out to the LDBC. Shouts out to everybody that joined. I appreciate the super chats. I'm about to eat. I'm about to probably watch me a throwback fight too. What throwback fight y'all recommend? We definitely gonna watch a throwback fight. No, we're gonna watch a throwback fight. I'm gonna definitely watch a throwback fight. I'm trying to think of one to give y'all, man. Y'all should go and watch my man Larry Holmes defend his title against Trevor Berbick. That was a damn good fight. I think that went 15. Curtis, did that go 15, Kurt? Yeah, I think Berbick and Holmes went 15. I'm gonna go watch that one again because I'm forgetting. Formula is another good one. Castillo Corrales, non-heavyweight. First fight's a damn good fight. Throwback classic that was on Showtime. I'm gonna go watch Berbick versus Holmes. Y'all can do what y'all want, man. My man Curtis Emerson, Jefferson versus. Oh, that was a damn good one too. Jefferson versus Harris. Hell yeah, that was a good fight. Hey y'all, I'm up out of here, man. Y'all be good. Y'all be easy till next time, man. I'm gone.